Well, over the last decade, all through my 20s, traveling the world, I spoke in almost all 50 states and traveling globally. I've just spoken with probably thousands of women now, especially younger women who say, okay, I want to get involved. What can I do to fight for life? Or, how did you know how to get started? How did you know how to start Life Action? And so I basically wrote 27 lessons. Fighting for Life is a book of 27 lessons for how to get involved and start fighting for the cause that you feel called to. Because I believe every single one of us, men and women, we have a mission. God has given us, entrusted us with a mission. And it's up to us to discover that mission and to live it out. And we might get held back, though, by our own insecurities or obstacles or feeling like we can't do it or it's controversial. And so I wanted to provide the step-by-step from lessons from my own journey for how we can stand up and make the difference we're called to make.
Lila Rose joining us today from Live Action here at Faith Radio Meeting House Media Central at the 2021 National Religious Broadcasters Convention in Dallas. And you talk about a broken world, and we realize that when we have this mindset, this activity of people actually taking the lives of human beings in the womb and so many other ways that this brokenness in our world manifests itself. I perceive that you're really, through this book and through what you're doing through the ministry of Live Action, you're really trying to reach hearts. And, obviously it's important that we're activists against abortion, that we are involved in activity on behalf of life. But there's something within the human heart. There's something, unfortunately, that motivates people within to have a callousness toward human life. So it sounds like to me that you're really trying to break through that and comment how abortion really is an expression of the brokenness that we find in this world.
Well, think about it. In a society where a mother can kill her own child, what is left but for you and for I to kill one another? And that's a quote from Mother Teresa, who's one of my heroes. She says, we basically destroy those bonds of love that are most intimate and most sacred between a mother and her own child, son or daughter. How can our society be a loving or just place? And so, when I started writing Fighting for Life, I started with the lesson of heartbreak. We need to let our hearts break over the injustices and just the hurt and devastation in our world today, and let that rouse us to action. Because I think it's easy to just stick our heads in the sand or to just get worried and not really do anything because we think we can't. But I think we have to let ourselves feel for the people being hurt, the children being killed, the women being lied to, there's the chaos around us, and let that heartache inspire us just to do one thing today. What's that one thing you can do today to serve families, to help single moms maybe, or to educate other people, or to educate yourself? And one step at a time, we can rebuild the brokenness, but we have to be willing to step into it. We have to be willing to allow ourselves to be broken too, brokenhearted, so that we can connect with those who are hurting and help them in the end.
And I was thinking as you were sharing there, Lila, there is the indictment that is put upon the pro-life movement, which I do not agree with, but nevertheless people want to characterize pro-life movement, pro-life people as being just concerned, it's just about the baby in the womb. And you don't want to see a woman abort her child, but you're not really that concerned once that child is born. What I've found in observing pregnancy resource centers and other pro-life ministries is the fact is that Christians, we are given Christ's companion to share with this broken world. So yes, we are concerned about the lives of the unborn, but we're also concerned with the matters of the human heart.
And I think we need to keep doing more of that, because the world is really hurting. There's 1 million abused children in the United States every single year. The foster care system needs improvement. There's a lot of hurting families, single moms struggling just to get by. So I think the church needs to rise up more and more to serve and support those struggling in their communities without judgment. And I know many are trying to do that. That's good. We need to keep doing that. The pregnancy center movement is amazing. The thousands of centers doing that is amazing. But I think it also connects to public policy in our communities. The church, the family, the NGO, the not-for-profit, they have a role, but local communities should also look out. How can we make sure that working mothers have the financial support they need so they can be with their kids? How do we make sure that Christians are fostering and adopting those families and really helping those kids? So really focusing on the care side is an essential part of the pro-life movement.